Okay, let's finish up this section with a couple of applications or word problems involving inequalities. I did take these from the book, and if you see something like this on your homework assignment, don't be too surprised. It'll work the same way these examples work. So, you're considering two job offers. The first job pays $13.50 per hour. The second job pays $9 per hour plus 75 cents per unit produced per hour. How many units must you produce per hour for the second job to pay more per hour than the first job? Obviously, if you're a lazy slob and never do any work or produce any units, you'd rather take the first job, because then you get $13.50 an hour no matter how much work you do. But if you do a lot of work, if you're really productive, you'd rather get paid per unit, and then the second job might be better. But how many units must you produce each hour in order for that to be true? So we're looking for when will the second job's pay be greater than, that is more than, the first job's pay. Well, let's see. The second job's pay, that's $9 per hour plus 75 cents per unit per hour. So what we're trying to figure out is how many units. That's the unknown, that's the variable. We could let X stand for that. So then this would be $9 plus 0.75 times X. You get paid $9 plus 75 cents per unit. So you take that 75 cents times the number of units you produce. That's what gets added on top of that $9. With the first job, you just get $13.50 no matter what. So there's our inequality. $9 plus 0.75x is greater than 13.50. We want to know, what does x have to be for that to be true? How many units would make the second job pay more than the first job? So let's solve that. Let's subtract $9 from both sides so that we get the x term by itself. Then we got 0.75 is greater than 4.50. Oops, left out the x. There, I fixed that. Now let's get the calculator and put in, well, we have to divide both sides by the 0.75 to get from 0.75 times x to just x. So x is 4.50 divided by 0.75. Oh, looks like that's 6. So x is greater than 6. So how many units must you produce? More than 6. As long as you're making more than 6 units per hour, the amount that you would get paid on the second job would be more than on the first job. And the second example. The revenue from selling X units of a product is 115.95x. The cost of producing X units is C equals 95x plus 750. To obtain a profit, the revenue must be greater than the cost. For what values of X will this product return a profit? So we need the revenue here to be greater than the cost here. Oh, that practically sets itself up, right? We just got to take the expression for the revenue here and set it greater than the expression for the cost here. 115.95x is greater than 95x plus 750. Okay, let's solve that. We got x terms on both sides. Let's get rid of the x term over here. Subtract 95x on both sides. And we get 20.95x is greater than 750. Now let's go from 20.95 times x to just plain old x by dividing both sides by 20.95. 750 divided by 20.95 equals, well, that gave me 35.7995 something. So we got x is greater than that number. Now, they didn't tell us what this product is. when they say X units of a product? Is it the kind of thing that is made in discrete units? Like, does X have to be a whole number or not? Some things you can only make a whole number of that thing, but some things, like how many gallons of gloop or tons of whatever, it's possible to have fractional amounts. So if the number of units you're producing doesn't have to be a whole number, you're not making or selling by the individual whole number unit, then it can be any number as long as it's greater than 35.7995. So 35.8, that's okay. 35.9, that's okay. But if it does have to be a whole number, then the whole numbers that are greater than this would be anything from 36 on up. So if it has to be a whole number, the answer to the question is you have to produce at least 36 units. As long as X is 36 or more, then your revenue over here, what you get for plugging that X into the revenue function, is going to be greater than your cost over here.